Hello, it's Aliya from Soap Cult. I hope you're doing really well. Today's video is all about wax seals and how to apply them to your soaps. I'll show you how I label, wrap and wax seal my soaps, and then what I do at the end to embellish them and make them look even more premium. I'll also show you where my stamp and where the wax seals come from, so if you'd like to try this in your own business, you'll know where to look. I ummed about posting this video because I make a mistake pretty early on and it takes me a while to realize what I've done. But I figured, you know, this sort of stuff happens, it's life, it might be slightly entertaining for you to see me make a costly mistake. Okay, so now I've got to wrap some soaps and then use the wax seal on them. So for it, I've got these special sticks for wax seals. This is a vegan kind, and you just need to plug it in and let it warm up. And while it's doing that, I'm going to wrap the soaps that have to be done. Now, I only do wax seals on the more premium soap. So this is part of my Zodiac collection. This is Gemini. It's got a fantastic lemongrass, lemon myrtle, and like a lime fragrance. And these get wrapped in my special Zodiac paper. And then they get a beautiful wax seal on them and then some gold cord. And it looks really, really pretty. But it's a lot of effort. So honestly, I wouldn't go to this much trouble and cost as well for just a regular soap. It'd have to be a more premium part of your line. And I seal them up with my little branded stickers. I do about 1.5 squeezes. Place it on and just leave it. It needs to sit there for a little while. So yeah, this is quite fiddly. This one should be ready. Just quickly see. Yep, that's great. And I've chosen a white pearlescent wax because as much as I love red, it's the color that you normally see. So I wanted to just have a bit more distinction between my brand and traditional wax seals. Oh my God, these don't have labels. So I'm just having to unwrap these because I didn't label them first. How annoying. What a complete waste. Okay, thank goodness. I'm so glad I realised I'd made that mistake before we got too far. Make sure the seal is up the correct way. It does like to slide around a bit, which is a tad bit annoying. Oh, so sad. So sad. At least I only made 2 before I realised my mistake. While that's setting, let me just take you on a little tour. So what I've got to do next is actually shrink a whole bunch of other soaps. And let me just turn you around. And some samples too. So the most soaps here, this is Ritual soap. This is for a subscription box that I've partnered with. They've ordered 100 of those, and then I've just got my usual restocks. I was running a bit low on those. So let's go and see if the wax seal is set. Should be by now. Hooray! Oh, I'm just getting to the very end of the stick. No! Bummer. It's not a good day for wax sealing. Add that into the back of the gun, push that through. It's a bit rectangular. So if you end up using a wax seal on your soaps, I highly recommend just getting one of these cold packs. You might already have one in your house already. This is just the one I use when I've got a migraine. So it's only to, you know, cool down this stamp. I've seen some people use ice cubes, but honestly, this is just easier and cleaner because you just, you know, use it and then chuck it back in the freezer until you need it next time. How you doing, friend? Nope, still too sticky. Can you see this? See how it's pulling the paper up? Not ready. Needs another minute or so. Yep. Woohoo! Okay, let me see if I can get you down just a little bit lower. Ooh, there we go. So, my method here is pretty simple. I get the cord, and then I wrap it around the soap like this, halfway around the back, wrap it around the front several times, and give it a bit more slack, basically so I can just tie a knot. So you see how it's doubled twice? And it's a bit fiddly, but I really, really think for the result, it's totally worth it because they look spectacular. See, when someone's buying a premium soap, I feel like it should look very, very extra indeed. Just trim off the ends. Probably should get some dressmaking scissors for this because it's a very nice cord. Number one. And I save all these little scraps. My daughter likes to use them in a collage. Every time I try and trim these just a little bit shorter, cut them a bit shorter the first time around, I always make them too short and then I end up losing an entire cord. So this cord, I actually found at a floristry supply house. Spotlight, which is like a local art and craft shop. I'm trying to think of what the comparison is, like Hobby Lobby in the US, but not as evil. That type of shop. And they don't have anything like this. And what they do have is just a bit too gaudy and very, very expensive. Like they charge by the meter. I got this whole spool for about $6, which is really great. The only catch is when you're buying from a wholesaler, you do have to place a fairly large order, or you can't open a trade account with them. So that's something to keep in mind. I would have had more of these to wrap, but I got a bit too happy with the heat gun and I burnt a hole in the front of 2 of them. So I've put them to the side and I'll redo them next time I've got the wrapping machine out. But there we go. So this is part of my Zodiac line. This is for Gemini. And that's how I use a wax seal. In case you're curious, this is where my stamp is from. And this was a gift from my designer, Laura from Obscurio & Co. She gave this to me when we first completed the rebrand, and the packaging project. And then I get my wax from this place. It's an Australian business. It's quite difficult to find wax seals for any sort of decent price. These aren't too bad. It looks as if vegan ones are particularly hard to get, so I was glad I found these locally. And I just buy a couple of packs at a time because the gun I have, it's kind of got to have like 1.5 sticks in it at all times. But these people are quite good. I do recommend them. Now with this beautiful Gemini soap here, the outer wrapping for the Zodiac soaps is exactly the same across the entire range. So when I've got a customer who buys more than one Zodiac soap in the same order, I like to just wrap them in some separate paper and put a label on there so they know exactly what soap it is they're about to use or about to give to someone. I'm in the process of trying to find some other labels here for the front. I'm just sort of trying to figure out what to do because when they're in shops, that's another problem too. There's got to be a way to distinguish which soap is actually inside this wrapping. So I've been looking for some labels to go along the bottom to just have the name of the soap, like Aries or Taurus or Leo. But that's becoming quite difficult to find because it's such an unusual size. So I don't know, this might be something I might have to DIY. My designer's going to kill me. I kind of wonder if I would have made that mistake if I wasn't so focused on actually being filmed and wondering, is this in focus? Can you see what I'm doing? Perhaps I got distracted because of the camera. I don't know. In reality, I probably would have done that without anyone watching as well. And if you're enjoying my videos and you like soap, small business talk, and also studio vlogs and behind the scenes content, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.